Hey everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Alice Madness Returns. I know it's been a while. Hang on, I'm just silencing my phone. I know it's been a while, and I am nearly fully recovered from my surgery, and after my surgery I contracted pneumonia, and I'm nearly fully recovered from that. Now, I haven't gotten back to all of you in the comments about the mental health discussion, but it was amazing of you to share all of those bits and pieces of your lives, and I really appreciate it, and I hope that we can have continue to have an open discussion. I will do my best to get back to each and every single one of those comments very soon. I'm just way behind on everything. Way behind on everything. So, yes, this is the game. 6% overall completion, like a balls. Alright. Let's see if we can do this. It's been a while, but I have in fact been playing video games most of the evening, so I should be prepped, although this is probably not going to go too amazingly at first. So yeah, I'm really glad. I am definitely not all that articulate right now. I'm very glad that many of you were so eager to discuss mental health practices and just like the stigma surrounding it and your own experiences, because as I've said, my experiences have been kind of rough, and many of you expressed in the comments that it's been difficult to find a therapist that you trust, or you've found therapy to be even more damaging. And you know, honestly, many people have had that experience, and it's kind of It's kind of a shame, because as I was saying, if you can find a therapist with whom you click and that can help you, obviously that's a big deal, and that's important, and that will do amazing things. But if you don't click with this person, if you don't mesh with them, it can be... yes. There are... Yes, a thing that I said. Yes, if you don't find a person who clicks with you who can be your therapist. Sorry, I've been watching Community, so I keep wanting to say therapizing, even though that is not a word. But if you don't find someone whom you respond to and who's good at helping you, then it can be really damaging, and that's the hard part, because insurance practices these days have made it even more difficult to find a therapist. Okie dokie. Because they don't, insurance companies don't want you to necessarily find the right person. They just want somebody who's going to fix it in the interim, and who's just going to sort of give you some drugs and not really worry too much about spending all of that that fancy insurance money that they have. And it's definitely a problem. Definitely a problem. Oh, but we got some friends. Throwing a clockwork bomb. Yes, this is where it's telling you how you can distract enemies. And that is true. That's what it does. Now you just lock on and shoot their asses. Except I'm about to overheat. There we go. Pay attention to that. Isn't that thing cool? You don't want to look at me. You want to look at that. Do we have any other enemies? Nope. There we are. Hey! Or you can just stun them, which is always fun. And yes, that's my experience with trying to find a therapist that works for me. Seems to be rather similar to that many of you have had, which is where it's just tough, because like, and in the case of some, I feel badly for some parents, because the schools will say, oh, well, you need to send your child to therapy, but what are you supposed to do when insurance and healthcare practices are just insufficient? So you end up in a really rough position. Now, I knew at a young age that I wanted to go to therapy. I mean, my mother knew that I needed to, but even when I didn't quite know, because I was dissociative, even when I didn't know for sure something was wrong, I knew something was wrong. And fortunately, I had a very proactive guidance counselor who really did some legwork and helped my mother find someone. Oh, I could have sworn I dodged that. Find someone who's going to help me. But those first experiences were not great because I tend to be scared of men in certain age groups, particularly ones who were sort of in the age group of my grandfather and uncle when they hurt me. Wow, I'm doing a really poor job with this today. There we go. So that's rough. So then we had to find a female therapist, but I have a lot of, you know, my grandmother used to be rather abusive, and I have an aunt who is very, very verbally abusive, so there are certain age brackets there that would trip me up, and I didn't know how to express these things, and I didn't even really at a very young age know what was wrong exactly. I just knew something was wrong. So you have all of these obstacles right out of the gate, and I feel as though that's tough as well, because
there is no book so bad but something good may be found in it. Never read Martin Farquhar Tupper's Proverbial Philosophy.
Because then a parent trying to, because there are a few layers here, a parent trying to interpret the mental anguish of their child can be difficult because they don't want to, well, it hurts them to have to see their kid that way, but they also don't want to think anything bad about their kid, or think that maybe their child is suffering from something which might be very difficult to treat. And then there's the guilt factor of, like I said, if you don't have a lot of expendable income, things like that. It's hard. It's very hard. Now there's actually a seam here where you can apparently jump up and like through the environment and get like above and do this really fast. We're not going to do that. I don't know how. So I don't want to screw anything up. So we're just going to explore really quickly. So we need to go up, but I think it's actually over behind here. I don't want to do it. I'm kind of scared to do it. But I'm doing it anyway. Nope. Nope. I think you need to use the keyboard because you need that 4 jump glitch. Oh, good. We can heal. Perfect. So yeah, and that's, I think, because I know a number of you who watch are younger and have had difficulty finding a therapist, and I think that, you know, it's hard as a kid to express yourself. Sometimes it can be embarrassing. Sometimes you don't really know what you're feeling or what's going on. And then in terms of a guardian or a parent trying to interpret all of this and figure it out and find the right individual who is going to provide the most therapeutic environment possible, it's just unbelievably difficult. And oof, wonderful. And it kind of makes me understand what my mother went through a little bit better from when I was young, because it had to be rough. It had to be rough for her. And my mom's amazing. She took great care of me. She worked very hard to make sure that despite all of the pain I was in, and like I wasn't bad like per se as a teenager, but I definitely had a lot of mental problems. And my mother, she went out of her way to make me feel as though it was something we could deal with, something we could get past, and I was very lucky in that respect. I mean, Kenny, when I would talk to him about it, he'd argue that it kind of balanced out with the abuse that I endured from other members of my family. But the truth is that even if I hadn't endured any abuse or had to do any of the things that I did, my mother would be just so much better than I ever felt like I deserved as a parent to begin with. So she's just really fantastic. I am stuck on a piece of environment. There we go. Woo. So I'm trying to think of specific examples, and my memory is, I'm drawing a blank, because I don't want to sort of slaughter anyone's personal story. So yeah, I'm definitely not gonna do that. But let's see, is there anything? Nope. I think we can just drop down. There's something up there. There's a box. I want it. No, I can't get it. Oh, it's just a piece of environment. Okay, so I am clearly not seeing something. Oh, was I supposed to go through that hole? I may have just screwed something up. Oh, nope. Hi. Boom. Whoop. There we go. I was like, what did I screw up? He looks annoyed. He's like, hey, whatever. Get out here. I don't want to get out there. I want to stay in here where it's nice and safe. Is it safe, though? Is it, though? I just hit my hand. I'm great at things. So I got my timer set, but I really do need to watch for a save point, because that's a difficult thing. Last time I ended up in combat while my alarm was going off. That was wonderful. Wonderful. I had to edit out every single little beep that I could, because I didn't want to drive you all insane. But if I don't have the timer, then I won't have a good idea of what's going on, because I get so engrossed in this type of thing. So there goes the train. Train's like, I'm out. This is lame.
We found the source of the shaking, but are those two quaking? What are they up to?
You'll never stop us, silly Hatter and Alice. It's left. You're too late.
The insolence, the arrogance, the execrable table manners. They are destroyers of Wonderland. Defilers, denuders, derangers. Delightful, exquisite.
Did they actually create that infernal train to destroy Wonderland?
What does that matter? They deserve to die.
Oops.
Down this instant.
Enough talk. Battle time, missy.
So this is an interesting event in the game. You'll see.
Abandon false hope. Forget the past. The damage is done.
Let the madness begin. Resume the folly.
And this is a very traditional boss-style boss.
Oh no.
And yep. He dismantled it from the inside.
Oh, my precious domain. And the guests. All I really wanted was another tea party.
Please, Hatter, you promised. Where is that train going? What's its purpose? Tell me, now.
There's no time for whatever it is you want to talk about. It's time for tea. Talk trains with Turtle. He ran the looking glass line. Come on, you lot. We can still be friends. I've got a fine Darjeeling. Drink, drink.
My memories are shattered. I'm trying to collect the pieces, and I now believe the train impedes me. You must help me. You promised.
Ask the one who helps them what helps themselves. Whoever that is. Ah!
Very pithy. He deserved to die. And I'm about to drown in tea, in ignorance.
So we've been instructed to track down Mock Turtle. And you saw a little snow globe of him in one of the earlier areas. There was like a Mock Turtle snow globe, and that's when the memory of their nanny, she was like, eat your soup, girls. Bovine juveniles died for me to make that.
Praise that he works in mysterious ways. You've got plans for her.
Take her over to the Mangle Mermaid. Rent a bed.
Hard to woo a girl, Mr. Brawl.
Do you think you're doing?
What comes natural like?
Not natural
No.
to me. Get away.
Don't give me your nasty bullshit. Wow, her hair's bugging out. Okay. Nothing left to do here. There's our kitty.
Reminds me of my snowdrop. Nanny knew her.
We can kind of sniff around. There's really nothing to see. We can inspect the environment. There's a lot destined for Billingsgate Market. Nobody asks where they came from, which is a mistake. Fish from this reach of the Thames is toxic. What else is there? Anything? Stuff. No idea what those crates contained. It's the stuff of dreams, as close as I'm likely to come to exotic places. It's a little bit of foreshadowing. We will be going to a slightly exotic place later. And apparently we're going through an ice house. And up the stairs.
Let's slip out the back. Off a pint and a mango.
Kitty. Where's the kitty? If I keep saying that, my kitten's likely to come. Mangled mermaid. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, so we can go this way. Anything here? I don't think you really get anything for looking around. But it's nice to give you a sense of the environment.
Tart with some rough edges. Likes everything rough, I'll wager.
A handsome offer, but I've got an appointment with another man.
Well, girl, how hard do you want to make this?
I will punch you in the
Doctor says
face.
I've a terrible disease.
Paralytic addiction disqualifies drunkards from any honest means to acquire strong drink. It inhibits fear and shame, and emboldens the commission of desperate acts. Wonder what became of Pris. So she's there. She sees an inebriated gentleman. There are lots of drunk people here.
Where's me money, you fucking spunk bucket?
Get those fat-ass whores out on the street, or I'll come up and brain
Sod
you.
off, you cocker-snipe. You'll never get past Long Tim.
I'll get what you and your floozies owe me, Miss Ladybird. See if I don't.
Maybe you noticed I'm not pissing me drawers at the prospect. Alice Little, you'll make a nice change. Bring your disheveled self up here.
That's something we will do, but I'm going to check really quickly. Okay, there's about 5 minutes left on this episode, so we're going to be coming up on a save point very soon. It's probably where we'll end. Yep, there's Long Tim. I once heard Tim say he'd likely die from a social disease. Poor man never dreamed its name was Jack's bladder. A social disease, many of you probably know this. For those of you who don't, a social disease is like a disease that you get from, it's like a sexually transmitted disease. There's a save point. How long is left in this episode? We didn't get a lot done this time, so let's go ahead. We'll see if we can hit another. We'll do this cutscene at least. I know I'm spoiling things left and right. So there's stuff around, give you a sense. I'm not letting anybody leave out the front. Oh, there's a fight breaking out. So let's head up and talk to Pris. Pris used to be their nanny. So that's where we need to go, but let's sniff around. Yeah, no. The game's basically saying, go over there, you dummy. So let's do that. Okay.
You won't give me what I want? I'll burn this dump of yours down to the ground.
Go away. She's done no harm.
She hurt me feelings.
Act like a snuffed candle. Sleep,
Yep. Okay. Don't tell me this is like freezing up or being weird. There we go. There we go. And this has landed us in the next area. There we go. Perfect. I think we're wearing our original outfit. We are. This is sort of an in-between limbo. Okay, so we're in Tundraful. This is where we're going to end because I don't know how long it'll be before we get another save point. Now, this is where we're going to pick up the hobby horse, which is a really great item. Yeah. How many teeth do we have? Can we level anything up? 812 teeth. We can. What should we level up? I tend to favor my pepper grinder. And we're going to be using that a lot here. So we're going to level up the pepper grinder. Yeah. there we go. So, thank you very much. As many of you know, Sims 3 Copper Fox is doing the first game from this American McGee series, so you should definitely go check that out. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to leave a comment. Let me know how you've been. And really, you can just talk to me about whatever you want in there. I love hearing from you, and I think that a good, open, healthy discussion, particularly surrounding this game, especially where we're going to be getting into some themes later. We're in Chapter 2, coming up on Chapter 3 soon. So that's also going to be very important. So, thanks again, and I will see you next time. Bye!